swear you're on live TV. Right, so we're just looking at the one part of the subject, which is hesitancy.
Yes.
Yeah? And we're going to turn left.
We're just going to turn left here, Tony.
And we're going to turn left at the end.
We're just going to turn left at the end of this junction here.
Right, so I won't play around with the hesitancy here. I'll take us down to a roundabout where...
Okay. So with the consequences for hesitancy, like especially at roundabouts, is it mainly because it's, well, one, you're frustrating other drivers, and you'll also make them you could make them avert their course because you're confusing them as to what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean at roundabouts, if I come up and stop at a roundabout, think about the vehicle behind me.
Yeah. Well, if they're probably looking for a gap to go and expecting you to go with it. Might you be ready to go with you?
Yeah. So what might they do?
Well, they might run into the back of you if they're expecting you to go.
Yeah.
Because the gap's there enough for two cars, especially.
And if you think about the other confusion as well, is the fact that everybody around the roundabout is really affected by what I'm doing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So that's why we say, don't sit at the roundabout and try and sort the problem there.
Just get through it and so make it safe.
Because it's not only the road behind us that we need to worry about. It's all the other junctions that come off that roundabout.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting confused. The confusion goes all the way around. So one problem coming up to a roundabout can be that I come up too fast.
Yeah.
And if I come up too fast, I'm really not going to have a chance to look at assessing the side. So I'm going to have to probably stop, haven't I?
Yeah, and you could be in the wrong gear then, therefore you're not ready to move again.
Yeah, well, I definitely wouldn't be able to take a proper look at the roundabout.
Yep.
So I'm probably going to bring exactly to a stop.
Yeah.
Where if I just came up with, let's say, 10 mile an hour less, I may well have the time to actually assess the roundabout.
Yeah.
Look all the way through the roundabout, and I could have kept going. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why on a lot of occasions you see a learner driver come up to a roundabout, and there's two lanes, and they actually get across quicker than the boy racer in the other lane.
Yeah.
Because the boy racer's come up too fast.
Yeah.
And he stopped dead, and the learner's come up with the right speed.
Yeah.
Nicked it down a gear and just driven through the roundabout. Yeah. And obviously there's different types of hesitancy.
Yeah.
Hesitancy is normally a lack of judgment or a lack of preparation, yeah?
Yeah.
So if I'm coming up too fast at a roundabout, I'm not prepared myself properly.
Sure.
Or I could be sitting in neutral at a set of lights, and I'm the first vehicle, and the lights change, and I've got to quickly find first gear, get a handbrake off. So just as we come out of this next bend, you'll see there's a roundabout ahead.
Okay.
And Clark, at the roundabout, we're going to be turning left, please.
Okay. So Tony, at this roundabout we're coming up to, we'll turn left here. Okay. So you're off the roundabout now.
Could have just given me a push to get me moving there, yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, obviously made sure there wasn't the blue car behind was a long
Yeah.
way back, yeah?
Mhm.
But he could have been sitting behind me, couldn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, in that scenario, it would be best to just give some encouragement to keep moving through the roundabout,
Yeah.
especially because I can see it's safe to go.
I'm going to go straight on.
Go straight on at
I
this
will
road
actually
over
handle
here.
this one myself, yeah?
Okay.
And then we'll follow on.
So, did you feel like you had a need to stop there at the roundabout?
Oh yeah, I did, because I couldn't really see.
On your approach there, do you think you might have been going in there too fast so you could have a good assessment of the roundabout, or do you think your speed was okay going in?
I did look to the right, but after I stopped.
Yeah. So, do you think perhaps if we approached the roundabout slower to begin with, you might have been able to do the full assessment and then continue through the roundabout without coming to a complete stop?
Well, I approached it about 5 mile an hour, you mean?
Yeah, maybe I'd say at least half of what you were approaching it at. Maybe at sort of a running speed or a walking speed as you get close, and you can do your full assessment.
Yeah, we need to be a little bit careful with instruction like that, because do you really want me coming up to an open roundabout at that kind of speed?
At a walking speed?
Yeah.
Do you think it's too slow?
Yeah. Well, walking speed, we class is about 5 or 6 mile an hour.
Oh,
Yeah?
okay. Well, I'd say running then.
Yeah, running speed.
Or
would
10
probably
miles
class
an hour,
about 10
yeah.
or 15 mile an hour.
Yeah.
If I just take maybe 10 mile an hour off the speed that I'm approaching that, so if I'm in a 30 mile an hour limit, I'm going to be approaching a 30 mile an hour, aren't I?
Yeah.
So if I just bring the speed down to what's appropriate for the situation ahead, yeah.
Yeah.
And it is the word appropriate that's very important, isn't it?
Mm.
But I need to look at the roundabout earlier,
Sure.
and I need to look at every aspect of the roundabout, not only what's coming from my right,
Mm.
what's coming ahead,
Yep.
and what's coming to the left.
Yeah.
And why is it important that I look at what's coming from other roads on the roundabout? How is that going to help me?
Do you want me to ask you that question? Or do you want me to answer it?
No, just So just tell me, how would that help me to?
Well, if you can see where each other car is approaching or waiting at the roundabout,
Yeah.
it's going to help you gauge a good time for you to slot into the roundabout and slot in with the rest of the traffic.
Oh, you mean those vehicles are going to help me?
Well, they are going to help you, because if you come in at a pace where you can create a full assessment of the roundabout, you're going to be able to time your speed into the roundabout so you can fit in a gap if there's one there for you, rather than coming to a complete stop automatically.
But I've only got to give way to vehicles coming from the right, haven't I?
Well, you have, but even
And-
if there's a vehicle that you don't think's at your right, by the time you get to the roundabout, it might be on your right. So because they're all going around in the same direction.
Oh, so they're not helping me at all then.
Well, they are, because even if you see a car approaching from the left-hand side and it's coming into the roundabout, very quickly it's going to be on your right-hand side, and you can time yourself into the gap with any other cars on the roundabout.
Right. So let's say I'm coming up to a roundabout, and I've got, we've got a really busy road on the right.
Yep.
And there's loads of cars coming. Yeah.
Mhm.
Is the car coming ahead, or is the car coming from my left? Is it possible they might help me at any point?
Well, yeah, the cars coming from the other entries and exits are going to help you, because they're going to stop that traffic flow. So that
Oh,
really busy
right.
road there to your right,
All right.
if there's a car
Yeah.
coming from another
Yeah,
exit,
it's just out of wrong. We call them a blocker, yeah.
Yeah.
So, at a certain point, they might well block the traffic.
yep,
That's
and you'll
actually
get your
stopping me
time to
from
go.
going. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, that's why it's important to look everywhere in the roundabout, yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's important that I approach it at appropriate speed, yeah.
Mhm.
So the last one I come up to a 30 mile an hour, and I came completely to a stop, and then I looked all around me. So I need to look early. I need to, bring the speed down that's appropriate. That I've got time to assess what's happening,
Yeah.
and I've got to assess all around the roundabout.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see where everybody's coming from and who's going to help me, and obviously if I need to stop, don't I?
Yeah. Yep.
Right, so just give me a bit of encouragement on the next one, and tell me to bring my speed down a bit.
Yeah, sure.
And tell me where to look. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Clark, at the roundabout, we're going to be turning right.
All right, Tony. So there's a roundabout coming up. We're going to turn right at the roundabout. So what we'll do is, as you see the roundabout, as we approach it, we'll just go in slower this time. We'll go in around the 20-mile-an-hour mark. Just have a nice early look at all the different vehicles that are approaching using the roundabout. And if we go in there slowly this time, we might even get a chance to keep the car rolling. And with some good timing, we should just be able to drive straight through.
Oh, good go there, come on.
Yes, you can go. That was much better that time because we didn't have to come to a complete stop.
Yeah, what did I do better? Now, at the roundabout, we're going to be turning left.
So we'll turn left at this roundabout here. So if you have a good look at so you've got a blocker coming through there with the truck. He's going to hold everything up for
yeah,
you.
he stops that BMW, doesn't he?
Yep, he does, and you can go straight through. So by approaching it more slowly, we can wait for a gap and time it, so we don't have to come to a complete stop, and we can keep the flow.
Oh right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But there's no harm stopping at all these roundabouts, is it? I'm not.
Well, there actually is. There's a couple of reasons why. If you can continue to go, you should always go. Do you know what some of the reasons might be?
Well, okay, the car behind me might have to stop, but if he has to stop, he has to stop, isn't he?
Well,
right. Just back on for a second.
Yeah.
So it's right the roundabout. We're going to turn right.
Okay. So Tony, this roundabout, we're going to turn right here. If you just come in nice and slow.
Nice and slow.
Yep, and we'll just have a good look around. And have you got a gap to go now?
Around.
So we probably could have gone then.
I was looking all.
So this guy's coming around here.
I was looking all around me. Just be careful with your instructions. Tell me to look at all the exits at the roundabout. Oh, I can't go there. Come on. Oh, I can go now.
You can go now. Yeah. Did you want me to tell you to come off at the third exit there?
No. What I was going to get you to do there was you were coming in with some really good help on approach, get me to look everywhere. Yeah.
Yep.
So give me a bit of help with the vehicles on the roundabout.
Yeah.
We had that great big lorry coming across.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he was going to be a good blocker, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
But by that point, you said to me, look all around, yeah?
Yep.
I would have got a bit confused with that one.
Yeah.
If you'd have said, look all around the roundabout.
Yeah.
Or you could have actually pointed out that the lorry was going to give me a great big help there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And at the roundabout, we're going to be turning right.
All right, Tony, so we'll just turn right at this roundabout. So you're coming in at a nice speed this time, have a good look around. And do you think you've got time to go there now?
Oh yeah, he's turning, isn't he?
He is, yeah. We should probably... Would you instruct him to wait to make sure that guy is turning? He just doesn't have his indicator on by accident.
Yeah, I can see his wheels going then.
Okay, great. So once you've got some physical action of him actually turning left, then I think it's safe to then proceed and go and assume that they're turning left.
Yeah, it was probably it would have been hard for him to change his mind there, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
And I'm going to turn left.
So we'll take left at this one. So if you've got a good look around there, just approaching that nice and slowly. There's plenty of time for us to make it a safe decision to go.
Clark, at the mini roundabout, it's going to follow the road straight up, please.
Okay, so Tony, the mini roundabout we're approaching now, we'll go straight on at this one.
Alright.
So we'll just approach it nice and slowly. And if you can probably see it's nice and safe to go now. So we were fairly controlled there by the car in front of us.
Yeah, just be careful with the way you word your instructions, nice and slowly, yeah? not going to mean a lot, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So an appropriate speed that I've got time to look all around, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Now the roundabout, we're going to be turning right.
All right, Tony.
I'm going to come all the way around the roundabout and back down the other side.
Okay, so we're going to come right around the roundabout and come back
Now,
down
Tony,
the same
looking at
road.
the roundabout, is it clear?
Okay, so is the roundabout clear?
Oh, it was, yeah.
Great.
So what? If you get in nice and early with the question,
Yeah.
is it clear?
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to go or am I going to stop?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
And if it's clear and I say, oh, I'm going to stop, you're going to tell me I'm not.
Yeah, okay. Right, I'm with you.
Yeah, you're going to keep me going, yeah?
Yep.
And Clark, at the roundabout, we're going to follow the road straight up, please.
All right, so we'll go straight ahead at the roundabout here, Tony. That's a good approach speed. Nice look all around.
All right.
We'll keep going there. So I probably didn't have to tell you then because you weren't coming to a stop anyway.
Or you could have just asked me.
I should have just said, are you going to continue to go?
Yeah.
Right.
Because you had very little to work with there. There was no vehicles.
Yeah.
There was no blockers.
I suppose just asking them if they can go gets them and themselves to think, oh, can I? And they have to look and decide, you know, before the point where they have to stop, if they're going to stop
Well, obviously,
for another car.
if the problem is hesitancy and it is roundabouts and you're not asking any questions, then they're going to come to a stop, aren't they?
Yeah.
Or they're going to go too early, aren't they? Which is even...
Yes, worse.
The impression this guy in this van might be lost.
Yeah, well, I think his mate's unpacking his van back up there, so I think he's trying to stop.
And at the roundabout, we're going to be turning right.
All right, Tony, so this roundabout here, we're going to turn right. So come in the same speed that you have been doing, which has been good. And we'll just have a quick look around there. Make sure you check all the exits around the roundabout.
Oh, right, yeah.
Is it safe to go now?
Oh, I think so, yeah, I can see, yeah.
Great. Well, let's
All
just
right.
proceed through at that speed.
That helps a bit, doesn't it? So I need to look early, don't I?
Yeah.
I need to look everywhere.
Look at early everywhere. Makes it a lot
All right.
easier.
And we're going to turn left at the roundabout.
And left at this roundabout here, please, Tony. So again, same speed as you've been doing. Have a good look around, nice and early.
Oh, he's cut right across top.
He has cut across without an indicator. Is it safe for you to go now?
It is now, yeah.
It is now.
Yeah, he put me off a bit there by...
Yeah, he did. I don't even think he had his right indicator on. I couldn't see it if he did.
Yeah, he had it on. But he didn't tell me he's going to go on the wrong side of the roundabout, did he? Still, I suppose you have to anticipate these things, wouldn't you?
Yes, yeah. I think always with larger vehicles, especially with smaller roundabouts, it's going to be quite commonplace for them to go across the top.
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah. It's a little bobbly bits, isn't it?
Yeah.
And at the roundabout ahead, we're going to follow the road straight on, which is exit number 2. So we're going to be following the signs for Redburn.
Alright, Tony, so the approach roundabout, we're going to go straight ahead. So have a good look around nice and early, comment at the approach speed you've been using, and see if you can time a gap there to go. And I think you might have to stop on this occasion. Maybe you can slip in behind the blue car there.
No.
Maybe not, you'll have to wait just for a moment now. Just keep your eye out, and you've probably got a nice gap to go now.
Yeah, so I was looking all the way around there, but obviously I couldn't go, could I?
No, you couldn't, so it was a great decision to stop.
Is there any judgment I can use? Because I had a lot of cars coming there, didn't I?
You did.
And I wasn't sure if I could have nipped onto the roundabout in front of some of those cars.
I don't think there was an appropriate gap there for you to go.
So there is actually a way that we could actually judge the gap. Do you remember we've done a bit of merging off camera?
Yeah, the time it takes to cross there.
Yeah, at the time it
Come
takes
back.
to walk, yeah?
Yeah.
So if I can walk from the giveaway line and get the back end of my car clear of the roundabout without making that car slow,
Yeah.
swerve, stop, or swear at me,
Yep.
then I should have time to drive it, yeah?
That's correct. Yeah. So in the roundabouts in that scenario, would you say crossing to the roundabout and back again, or just crossing in one direction?
Well,
Because they're going to follow you, aren't they? But they are going slower. They're not going to be doing 30 round a roundabout.
yeah, but they're not actually following me, are they? Because they're probably going off in a different direction, me. Aren't
Yeah, okay.
they? So I've only got to basically get across front of them, haven't I?
So you're just doing the one leg across?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So we had a good roundabout there.
Yeah.
I couldn't go that time, and we didn't really get a blocker, did we? So there was nobody on the roundabout going to help me.
No, so we just had to wait.
So I just got to make that judgment about when I can go. And
Yes, that's right. So it's if you can, at a normal pace, you could walk to the side of the roundabout, or either that or you're waiting for a totally clear gap.
Yeah, but I might not get a clear gap on a busy roundabout, will I?
That's right, you know, especially at
So
certain
therefore,
times
if
of
I
the
don't
day.
get a clear gap and I don't get a blocker,
You can use your judgment call of walking
Yeah.
from where you are to
so
the roundabout.
So it's just giving me an extra tool that I can use. Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
And at the roundabout, we're going to be turning left, right?
Okay, so Tony, at this roundabout coming up now, we're going to turn left. So we'll just come in at the good approach
Yeah.
speed that you've been using so
Yeah.
far.
So just ask me, what would be an appropriate speed here, Tony?
What do you think would be an appropriate speed coming in here
Probably
now?
about 20.
Right, 20 might be a little bit too fast.
No, 20 would be fine, wouldn't
Would it?
Because I'm doing 20 now. Look, I've got lots
Oh,
of time
yeah,
to look all the way
okay.
around the roundabout. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because we're on a national speed limit road there.
Right, okay.
Have
So
a
you're not
look.
going to get such a tight roundabout then?
Well, have a look at the roundabout, and you know, if I came in at 40 mile an hour, then I'd definitely have to stop, wouldn't I? Because I wouldn't have time to
Yeah, of
look,
course, yeah.
Now we see a roundabout coming up ahead. We're going to
Yep.
turn right to that roundabout, all the way around the roundabout, and back down the other side.
Okay, so we're going to go all the way around the roundabout, come back down this
Well,
road.
So just repeat the instruction that I give you.
Yep.
We're going to turn right at the roundabout,
Right at the roundabout,
all the way around the roundabout, and back
Oh.
down the other side.
all the way around the roundabout, and back down the other side.
That's good, well done. And can I go?
Is it safe? Yep, it looks good to me.
Oh, so I had to slow down for that silver car there, didn't I?
Yeah, it came out quite quickly in front of
Yeah.
you.
So I didn't have to stop, but I had to slow, didn't I?
Yeah, just had to back off slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they didn't use that walk across thing, did they?
No, they didn't have enough time to safely come out without making you slow down.
Maybe you should give them one of your business cards.
Maybe.
And at the roundabout ahead, we're going to turn right, follow the signs for Harpenden.
Okay, so at the roundabout ahead, we're going to turn right, and we'll just follow the signs for Harpenden.
Come on, getting in some questions.
Okay,
otherwise
so
I'll stop dead.
coming at 20 there, and
Oh, got
have a
about
good
20.
safe look around.
He's.
So just
I'll have
keep-
to reduce my speed.
You're not going to have a gap where you can go straight away. And could you walk across the roundabout now? You can
I
probably
could
go.
now, yeah.
Great.
But I found that easier because I came in at the right speed.
Yeah,
I was able to assess because earlier on I was stopping really abruptly, wasn't I?
yeah, that's right.
And I was stopping, and most of the time I didn't have to stop at all, did I?
That's right. So obviously coming in slower is actually a faster way to
Yeah.
get through the roundabout.
that parking bay, I think we would have sunk, wouldn't we?
I think so.
If we take the next turning to the left, and we'll just pull off somewhere on the left here.
So
yeah?
we'll just turn off on the left here, Tony, and we'll just stop when we can.
So how was that feeling?
Yeah, better. It'd be better to have a few more runs through, but it got better towards the end, I think.
Yeah, it's getting good. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's an appropriate speed.
Yep.
If I get the speed right, then obviously I've then got a chance to. What does that give me time to do?
Have a good look around.
Yeah, so it gives me a chance to have a good look around, yeah?
Yep.
And assess the situation. Where normally I'm going to be coming in and I'm just not looking early enough, yeah?
Yeah.
And if I'm not looking, I'm not going to see anything.
You're not going to find your
yeah?
gap.
And then there is a possibility of other vehicles on the roundabout helping me, yeah?
Yep.
And, you know, basically we call them blockers, don't we?
Yeah.
So by looking all around the roundabout,
You get a good assessment
Yeah.
if there's going to be a blocker which is going to
and
help you
obviously there
going.
is going to be the occasion where I'm going to stop a roundabout and there's just cars coming all the time, yeah?
That's right.
So I could actually use the walk across.
Methods.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to calculate if the gap's good enough to go.
Yeah, because obviously they're all going to be coming in a different speed because the road they're coming off of may well be a dual carriageway road, so they may have been doing 70 mile an hour up to that point.
Yeah.
So they may well be coming into that roundabout quite quickly, which is obviously not helping me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so an appropriate speed, and then try and give me as much help as you can.
Okay.
And if you sit back and say nothing, I'm probably gonna come up and stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So give me a bit of encouragement. Once you've taught me through a few, ask me. You know, where am I looking? Oh, I'm looking to the right. I'm looking ahead. I'm looking to the left. Yeah.
Yep.
Ask me what am I considering doing at this point? Am I gonna consider stopping, or am I gonna keep it going, or am I gonna go in front of that blue car or behind it?
So just always asking it in a question form to get them to respond.
Yeah, or if I have been getting it wrong, you would be talking me through.
Yeah, and actually tell them when to go.
Yeah, you'd have to talk me through a few of them.
Okay.
But then, work on the problem, and don't just leave it alone. Until I get it right. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's the speed on the approach is going to be important. If I'm coming in too fast, then obviously we're going to have to solve that problem first. So I need to come in at a speed appropriate to the road conditions. Yeah. So I probably need to take about 10 mile an hour.
Yeah.
If I come in at 30, I probably need to come in at 20. That's going to give me a bit more time to do this looking all around. Yeah. If I'm still doing 30 mile an hour, I'm not going to be able to look all around. So what am I going to do?
Yeah, you're going to come to a stop.
I'm going to come to a stop, am I? Yeah. So my initial problem of coming in too fast means that I'm going to stop. So if you're coming a bit slower, then I'm going to have time to look all around, yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm going to think, that's a little bit easier, yeah? And then I need to know, you know, how this is going to help me, how these, you know, if I've got a vehicle coming from there, oh yeah, he's coming around here and he's going to block this one here.
Yeah, so it helps you
Yeah.
find your gap to go.
Yeah, that's my chance to go. So eventually then you'd be asking me, right, so Tony, where are you looking?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just bringing my speed down a little bit, and I'm looking all the way around the roundabout.
Yeah.
And are you going to stop or are you going to go? No, I'm going to keep going. And if I say I'm going to stop,
Yeah.
and you can see that I shouldn't stop because there's nobody there. No, Tony, keep it going.
Yeah. So
Yeah?
I'll just tell you to keep going.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because otherwise I would actually come up and I would stop.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And there's nobody there, and you know there isn't anybody behind us,
Yeah.
and you know we've got to remember the consequences of me stopping unnecessarily, is that the people behind are going to get frustrated,
Yeah.
and everybody else around the roundabout is going to be getting confused as well.
Yeah.
Because you know they're all searching around the roundabout and they see this silver learner driver.
Yeah.
And I think, well, I haven't got a clue what he's doing,
Mm.
because he's got a clear road, he ain't gone nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because they're not looking, or you know, some people actually stop and they're checking the text messages, or
Yeah. Exactly.
they're answering the phone, you know,
Yeah.
but they shouldn't be doing that because they're actually driving at the time, isn't it? Right, so I'll give that a relax. That was very good.
Good.
Very good request, Tim.